Hey, it's Alex Wilson Campbell here, and I want to say, hope you're doing well wherever you may be, and also a big thank you to you for your response to my previous post about becoming a guest on the Remote Work Life podcast. I now have a pipeline of guests for the podcast. The podcast is all about bringing to you experts from the world of remote work. So these are CEOs, these are real luminaries, these are consultants who can advise on distributed teams. They're leaders and managers from 100% remote businesses, and I'll bring you the conversations that I've had with them about important topics to do with the remote space. And part of the reason I wanted to do this is because I know there's so much noise going on right now. There's so many posts about remote work. So I wanted to bring these interviews to you in a centralized location so that you know that these are bona fide experts from the world of remote work, and you can access them when you want to. So these are interviews as well. It's a back catalogue of interviews, in fact, from the Remote Work Life podcast, but also from the Remote Work Life Summit, which I held this time last year, where I interviewed people like Nick Francis, who's the CEO of Help Scout, Steli Efti, who is the CEO of Close.com, Sarah Park, who is the president of Meet Edgar. So that's just a few. So the interviews range from about 30 minutes to about an hour, some of them. And I hope they'll help you to, as I said, really understand what remote working is all about, where you can learn what to do and what not to do. But also because obviously this news cycle, this constant news cycle, where we're being fed information about coronavirus, which is important, but it is also important that we don't overwhelm ourselves with this information. So I'm hoping that by you accessing these videos, it will give you some relief during the day, and it will mean that you don't have to be constantly listening to this news, and you shouldn't be anyway. So that's that. I'll be posting the videos on my website, remoteworklife.io. I'll also be using the hashtag remote but together. So look out for that hashtag. It's remote but together, because yes, we're working remotely, but after all, we're all in this together. So, we need to stay together as much as possible, help each other out. And this is one way in which I hope to do that for you. So that's the hashtag remote but together. I also hope to help you as well by really trying to help to understand your problems. So what I want to do as well, let me know if this is of use to you by answering in the comments or DMing me. Let me know if a support group would help you. Don't get me wrong, I don't know what this support group is going to be all about completely. I don't have everything in place, but the basic idea would be to share ideas, to answer each other's questions, to provide each other with support. After all, we all need support, whether we're working from home or not, whether there's coronavirus or not. So the support group is all about just support for one another. So reach out to me and let me know if that is of use to you as well. And let me know if there's anything else that you need to know, or just have any general queries at all. Let me know. Another thing I want you to remember as well, you're probably struggling at the moment, or I hope you're not struggling, but if you are struggling in terms of finding work or finding new business, one way to look at yourself or to present yourself now more than ever is as a problem solver. So what I'd urge you to do is really sit down and begin to think about how you can present yourself as a problem solver, and what sort of problems that you can help to solve in the world today. And I think you'll be much more valuable to a prospective employer or a prospective business prospect if you look at things from that perspective. And listen to my latest podcast where I go into that in a bit more detail. And I'll leave the link to the podcast in the comments below. So remember to follow the hashtag remote but together, so you can keep up to date with me publishing this back catalogue of interviews that I did with the many great remote leaders, the great remote practitioners throughout the world. So that's remote but together. Follow that hashtag. And as I said, let me know if you've got any problems, any queries, and I will be in touch with another release soon. Speak to you soon, and all the best.